Hey guys, third time's a charm, right? I have tried to make this video 3 times. I wanted to be sitting on the couch all comfortable with my little blankie, and I had a horrible glare on my glasses, which there's still a glare. I'm going to have to start doing these before I take my contacts out. And then, what else happened? Oh, I dropped my phone. And the last one, I said something ridiculous, and I didn't want it kept in, and I don't know how to edit yet, so. Anyway, I am coming at you live here. It is like, I should definitely be in bed, but I just can't sleep. It's like 11:30 at night, I think. I'm going to hate myself in the morning. Anyway, so I want to get on here and talk to you about something that's going on with me. Pretty big change I'm making. I am actually changing jobs. I am going to be leaving the high school, and I'm going to be going to the primary school here in our town, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Okay, so if you've watched some of my videos on here, there was one, God, I think it was around Christmas. It's been like 6 months ago, I think. Anyway, there was one that talks about being in a hard season. I wish I remembered what the title of it was. I can't remember right now, and I couldn't really give a whole lot of detail about what kind of season I was in, but I was just talking about how, you know, we need to be kind to others because sometimes they're in a hard season, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and I'm not going to go into great detail in here because I feel like it's disrespectful to others that involves, but I will just say that that had to do with some work-related things, and I'm going to leave it at that. But this is super hard, y'all. I love my job. It's going to make me cry. I love my job. I love the students. I love my coworkers. I love the family atmosphere we have. And this has been hard. I'm sorry, I didn't expect to cry. But I know that it's the right thing. I know God has provided this other job. And so I just wanted to get on here and talk about that a little bit. And so I'm going to be going from working with high schoolers to preschoolers. So it's a big jump for me. It's a big change. And I'm nervous. And I'm fearful. And I'm anxious. And I'm scared. And, but I'm ready. I think it's time. And, I feel so blessed, y'all. I know that this is my calling. And I'm not meaning a specific school as my calling because I haven't even started at the primary school. But I just mean working with individuals with intellectual disabilities is my calling. And sometimes I don't want it to be, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes it is really hard. I'm sorry, I really didn't expect to cry. And sometimes it is really hard. And please don't take this wrong, I'm just being honest. It is really hard to do that all day and then come home and feel like I'm still doing it because I have Connor. And please don't take that wrong. I don't mean that bad, and it's not anything bad. It's just, it's my calling. It's what I'm supposed to do, even on the days I don't want to do it. It's my calling. And, I've been so blessed, y'all. Before I started at the high school, some of y'all may know I worked at Tri-County, so I worked with adults with intellectual disabilities. And, it was a beautiful season in my life. I loved the clients. I loved my coworkers. But then it was time to leave. And I knew it was time to leave. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. It was so hard. And then I got to the high school. And I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never worked at a school. I'd worked with adults with intellectual disabilities, and I had Connor, but I'd never worked with, like, teenagers, and it was a transition, and I'm working on schoolwork and stuff, too, so that was a transition, because I ain't gonna tell you how long I had been out of high school, but I've been out for a while, y'all, And it was hard, but it was beautiful. And sorry guys, I really did not expect to do this. It has been some of the most beautiful days of my life. I've been there 2 years, and it's been wonderful. It really has. I'm gonna try to dry it up here. And there have been bad days, of course. There's bad days no matter where you are. But there have been really, really good days. And I love all the students, and I love all the people I work with, and I love what I do. I love what I did. And this has been hard. And so God has really taught me through this that sometimes the hard decision is the right decision. And that's a difficult pill to swallow when it comes. And anyway, I know this is what He wants me to do, so I have accepted this job at the primary school with preschoolers. And so it's going to be a big change for me. And obviously I have Connor, but other than that, I've never really worked with little kids. So it's going to be another adjustment and another change. But I hope that I can look back at this video and just laugh about how nervous and anxious I was, because I'm going to be able to say it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever done. I hope I'm able to say that. I know I will be. I know I'll love it. And one of the really hard things has been that I'm just going to be honest on here. I knew it was time to go. And I applied several places over the summer and had several interviews, several good interviews. And every time I would get a phone call and I would think, oh man, this is it. And they would tell me that at this time they were choosing other candidates. And it's hard, y'all, and it's hard not to get bitter, and it's hard not to get really mad. But I just kept trudging on, and then this job kind of fell into my lap, so I applied for it, and I got an interview, and I had my interview. And the closer it got to time for school to start, guess we go next week, I thought, well, I didn't get it. And so your mind kind of goes into the I'm staying where I'm at gear, and so I'm just getting ready to gear up for another school year. And then I got the call, and they offered me the position, and your mind is swirling, and you're plopped down in a different scenario all of a sudden, and it's scary, it's hard. And I don't want you to get me wrong, I'm very excited, and I know that this is what God wants me to do. And one of the scary things is it is part-time, and I was full-time, so I'm going from 40 hours a week to 25 hours a week. And it's difficult money-wise. Makes you nervous. We actually paid our car off a few months ago, and we were so excited, and we were going to save so much money and do this and this, and you make all these plans, and then sometimes God has another plan. And I think that's what happened here. I think that all the car got paid off and all these things fell into place, and we're thinking, man, we're about to save a lot of money, you know, and God's like, you paid that car off because you're gonna do something else. I have another plan for you. And so I am able to take this other job because we paid the car off. And so anyway, it's just little details like that that help you to realize it is God's plan, and it is something we really prayed about. I didn't just accept, we prayed, and there was a lot of family discussions, and there was a lot of prayers, and I'm excited. I'm really anxious. I'm very nervous, but I'm excited, and I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all about it. And it's at Connor's school. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I did in the other videos, but I can't remember now what I've done in what video. And one of the awesome things about that is I have felt like a really bad mom. Because I haven't really got to be involved with school, and I couldn't help it. It's like the hours I worked, you know, I couldn't take him, I couldn't pick him up. The first time he ever rode the bus, he got picked up from the babysitters by the bus, and I don't want to discredit stay-at-home moms, because I cannot even imagine it. I really can't. The things they do, I have so much respect for stay-at-home moms, so please don't get me wrong, but working moms, it's hard too. And you miss a lot of stuff. And anyway, I've never got to be involved with school, really. I don't get to ask the teacher every day, you know, how was this day? Or if something was wrong, I don't get face-to-face interaction about it. And I'm not saying if you don't do that you're a bad mom, but that's how I felt. That was my conviction. I felt like a really bad mom. And especially because Connor has Down syndrome, and he's seeing therapists, and I never got to talk to anybody face-to-face, except for IEP meetings and stuff. And this summer, I'd always felt bad about that, but then this summer, he got speech through the summer, and this is the first year we've done that, and I really got to know his speech teacher, and she's amazing, and I just loved her. The more I got to know her, I just loved her, but to see how much she loved Connor, and how many things she knew, like personality things and things she knew, and it's like, man, I don't even know this woman, but she knows my kids so well. And this summer, taking him and picking him up every day, I got such a connection with her, and it just drove home even more so, man, I'm not involved at all, and I wish I knew these people, you know, and everybody in Connor's life from school is amazing, and they're all good people, and I've met them. I'm not saying I haven't met them, but like that face-to-face every day, just getting to know her made me realize, man, they know him, and he knows them, but I don't know them. And I'm not saying I have to know everybody that knows him. I hope you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong. But this is going to open the door for that, and that's something I've been praying about, and I just feel like God has just directed me this direction, and He's just answered so many prayers with one prayer, and we know that He's all-powerful, and He's done so many amazing things in our lives, obviously, but you're still shocked, you're still overwhelmed every time when He does it again, you know, and so I'm really excited. And when one chapter closes, another one opens, and it's hard not to hold on to that last chapter. You know, it's hard not to. It's just hard to let go. I'm having a hard time letting go. And so, it's going to be good, though. I know that good things await, and I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, and I am really excited for all the opportunities and all the doors this is going to open for our family. And I am just thrilled that I'll get to pick Connor up from school now, and I'll get to see his teachers every day, and I'll get to have that face-to-face interaction with therapists and teachers and just everybody. I'm just really, really, really excited about that. And I don't know that he's thrilled about it. I did tell him, Mommy works at your school now. Of course, I don't think he understands that. He said, he shook his head, and he said, So, he's less than thrilled about the idea. And I don't think he really gets it. I don't think he'll get it till I'm there. But I am nervous about that also, because he's got really hooked on me this summer. I like to say he's always been a mama's boy. But this summer, he's got so hooked on me, and I went to the bathroom. We were at my grandma's last night, and I got up and went to the bathroom. I didn't think to tell him. I guess I should have told him. And I'm in the bathroom, and I can hear him having a meltdown. And it was because I left. Like, when I came in the room, he reached for me, and I picked him up, and I'm like, it's fine, what's wrong? And he sobbed, like sobbed. And so I'm kind of nervous about it, because I don't want it to be where I can't pry him off of, you know what I mean? And I won't be in his room, but I know we do a lot of things with that room, and I'm nervous. We're going to get in our routine. It's going to be great. He's going to realize, hey, my mom's near, but I can't have her all day long. I can't stay with her when our rooms come together and then our rooms split up again. He'll figure it out, but the transition is going to be hard, because I feel like the first few times he sees me there, he's going to think he's going home, because anytime he saw me at school, it means we're going home. I'm sick, or I have a doctor appointment, you know, because my mom's here, and when my mom comes, we go home. So I think it'll be hard at first, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be really good, and I am really excited, even though I've been crying this whole video. It's just so hard to let go, y'all. It is just so difficult. And back to what I was talking about just finding out. I didn't get to give really a notice, and I have never not gave a notice. Like, it's just who I am. I don't think it's right. I don't think, you know, and so I had all these plans to give a really big notice this summer if things worked out that way. And then you gave, like, no notice. And I am just beating myself up over it. I mean, there's nothing I could have done. There's no way around it. I let them know the day I got the call that I got the job. But it's got me shook a little, because I feel like I've put others in a bind. And I feel bad for that. And I guess if there's something I could change, that would be the only thing I would change. I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, though, and this is what God has for me, and I'm excited to get started and to see what this year will hold and what this job will hold and the new adventures and the new lives that will change mine. You know, a lot of times we go in and we're supposed to be teaching these students, and they teach us so much more than we teach them, and it's going to make me cry all over again. It's just amazing. And I just will miss the students so much, and the co-workers, and just everything about it. But I know it's going to be good where I'm going to. I don't want to discredit them because I'm so sad about leaving the other. You know, I'm excited. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm getting super tired. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I just wanted y'all to know what was going on. I like to always talk about how I will talk about anything, how I'm upfront and honest, so I wanted to be honest about it. Everybody's been really excited for me. A lot of people are sad. I'm sad. But everybody's been really excited, and I'm really excited. And so, it's a big change. But I've just been so lucky to be able to stay in the occupation that I think is my calling. I've been so blessed that once I start with these little ones, that I've done the adults, I've done the teenagers, and then I've done the little babes. And I just, that is just amazing to me. That is just, it's just a testimony of God's goodness. That's all I can say about it, really. That's how I feel. And I am super excited. And I'll try to update you guys about it. Obviously, because it's a school job, I can't go too deep into detail. But I will try to update you a little bit. And just be praying, guys, because it's a big deal. And I'm nervous, I'm anxious, but I am excited to start this new season and to dive into a new adventure. And so we will see what it holds. Bye, guys.